I was planning to go out and do some work, but it's starting to rain. We'll have to wait until the rain stops. That was very strange. I came out and it was raining, and then within a few seconds it stopped. Very, very strange. Okay, let's hope it stays here. Wow, this is so bizarre. It's starting to rain again, just like within seconds. I suppose I'll have to come back in 10-15 minutes when it stops raining. Okay, let's give it a go. So this amazing beauty, this car is my best friend. It's doing me a lot of favors and helping me through this whole move so beautifully. I have already driven 19,000 kilometers in this car since April, and it's only September. But I've done a few trips to London, a few trips to Europe, to Netherlands and Belgium, so I suppose that added up all the miles. Plus here, every time you go out, you end up doing at least 50-60 kilometers easily. Right, so you can lower this car. This is the lowest it goes, and then we begin. I don't know how heavy these slabs are, but they're not actually very heavy. But I don't know which way I should start. Should they be along the path here? I guess I could always move them. I suppose if I do the distance of one shoe each time, I don't have to measure or mark anything. I can just carry on doing this task and making it look like a professional did it. Although if I put all of them all the way and then find out that they are not the right distance, then I'm quite screwed. So I guess if you're walking, is it too far? Oh, I don't know. This is very difficult. I'm not a builder. I wasn't designed, educated to be a builder. I have 4 degrees, very advanced stuff, and I can't do basic shit. So, let's see. And it stopped raining when I put the raincoat on, as if it knows. I'm going to stick to my foot distance and see what comes of it. I hope I bought enough, because I bought 20 of these slabs, and it's about 20 meters from there to there, and I thought if I have 20 slabs, that should cover 20 meters. I don't know what I do when I make these decisions, because I never calculate, I never plan. I just go with my gut feeling, and then Most of the times the gut feeling is okay. It doesn't disappoint me, but it really messes with me when it comes to directions, because I have a very bad sense of direction. These are quite heavy even though they don't look it. They're small, but they're solid slabs. And with a broken hip, or recovered from a broken hip, it's not easy to pick up heavy things. So those are 10. I bought 20. Might have to go buy some more, which is not a problem. You never thought you'd see Ethan from London picking up slabs and making it out in this jungle. Right, so it stopped raining. No need for this anymore. Ooh. Now I'm getting a little tired. My back is hurting. That's another problem. Since my accident, my back hurts a lot. I think my back is compensating for my lack of energy and power. So it's hurting a lot. And also my abs and my stomach muscles are weak, which is causing all the weight to be sent to the back to handle the upper body. I just need to do some exercise and not be so bloody lazy. But I'm very lazy. Yeah, the flies, insects, mosquitoes, all of these things, I had no idea how to deal with them. We don't have many in the UK, at least not in London. So living in the countryside, you have to deal with a whole raft of insects that you've never encountered before, and you don't know what to do with them. It doesn't matter how many of them you kill, there are thousands more. I don't know, I'm building this stupid path that looks okay. You can walk on it, and hopefully when it's snowing and raining, my shoes won't get wet. The only problem is, when you're cutting grass, how will I cut in between this? What do people do? Does anyone know? I think I need more slabs. Maybe I should drive down and get some more now and be done with this. Oh. I think I need 20 more. So it looks like you're gonna have to come with me to get more slabs. Okay, now have to head back to the hardware store to get some more slabs. It's a 25-kilometer journey each way, so it's a 50-kilometer round trip, but that's the price you pay when you want to live in the middle of nowhere in the countryside. There are no shops or anything nearby. I live in the middle of a farm with forests around me. So the only thing I see is a tractor from time to time when the farmer comes to plow his fields and cut his crops, and that's it. but it's amazing. I love living here in the middle of nowhere in the countryside, close to nature. The only thing that I lack here is a lake, because the nearest one is, well, a real proper big lake is about half an hour drive. It would be nice if you could have a house overlooking the water, but I don't know what the side effects or issues that you might have of living close to water. There were a few areas nearby where there's a lake, a small one, and there were places where there were houses overlooking the water, but there's so many houses next to each other, pretty much like maybe 20, 30 meters away from each other, and some of them are like maximum 100 meters away from each other. So it's too many houses, and I didn't want to be close to so many people. Here there are so many horses because there are a couple of horse farms here, which is very nice. When you go out, you see it looks like wild fields, but I'm sure someone owns them, but horses just running around. I guess it's a Christian area because every town, every little village has a church, and pretty big ones. Not that it bothers me. I respect all religions and things, and especially the churches. They look very beautiful in the landscape, and they make the area look even more beautiful than it would be if it was just wild. So there's a church that I can see in the distance. It's about 1 kilometer from my house, but I can see it on top of the hill. So it's quite nice. You can't hear anything. I don't think they have the concept of bell ringing or anything, because the churches are very quiet, unlike the UK where the churches have a lot of noise on weekends when they do bell ringing, but there's also some beauty to it. Hard to describe it unless you've experienced it yourself. And now I'm going up the hill, and from here in the distance next to the forest I can see my house. Just one lonely house in the distance. I love it. I love it. Also due to lack of traffic, or I don't know whether they've built the roads better here, but the roads in the countryside here are amazing. So smooth, carpeted, like you're driving on a beautiful tarmac for an aircraft maybe. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, I wish I could switch the camera the other way. There's that horse farm where there are horses just wandering around. There's one horse in particular who really loves going back and forth, back and forth. All the other horses are like standing in one place, and he keeps running back and forth. He must be an athlete horse amongst the other horses. So this car is a hybrid, as you know, and this morning it had 60 kilometers of electric charge, and I've done 55 kilometers so far, and now it's saying it has 9 kilometers left, which means it had more than 60 kilometers. And on the motorway, on high speeds, obviously the engine kicks in, but overall it's done 1.2 liters to 100 kilometers in this 55-mile drive. Amazing fuel consumption for a 2.5 ton SUV. But it's only good when you're doing short journeys. If you're on a long trip, then it goes up to 7.5 or 8 liters to 100 kilometers. But then there are so many small Volkswagen Golfs and things like that which do that kind of mileage or fuel consumption. Okay, so take 2 of slabs. I think I'll get 20 more and then see how it goes. Okay, car, lower yourself. That's it. Yeah, I set the height to automatically lower when you switch off the engine, so there is not much left. Let's do this. So I got 24 instead of 20 this time. So when you are doing a lot of DIY and doing things yourself, you don't have time to eat properly, cook your food. That's what it looks like. Those of you who follow my channel know I don't know how to cook. I'm learning, but it's still work in progress. I'll show you the gadgets that I bought that help me cook. But when I'm doing DIY and other things, I don't really have the time to cook. So I went to a bakery while I was getting some slabs. I thought I should get some food as well. So this is a very typical Swedish sandwich. Doesn't have a top, but it has a bread base. It has meatballs, beetroot salad, apple, tomatoes, and some salad leaves. Don't know what they're called. So I'm going to finish this and then go outside and show you what I'm going to do. So it started to rain and I couldn't film anymore, but this is what I've done. I've taken these slabs and put them to create a path. I know it's not very aesthetically pleasing, but it does the job, and it will prevent my shoes from getting soaking wet every time I have to go to the car.